Have you ever eaten food? Any kind of food? Well, I have. I do have my favorites and where I like to eat too. What is food? Food is any substance consumed to provide nutritional support. Food is usually of plant or animal origin and contains essential nutrients. Why do you eat food? Whatever your immediate reason. Food is essentially for nourishment, though at the time of eating, enjoyment is often the key focus. But hold on, do you know that food can be harmful? The nourishment for life, health, and growth often turns harmful and sometimes deadly. Have you ever had allergic reaction to food, experienced food poisoning, or heard about anyone who has been affected by any of these?
It was supposed to be the time of my life, my 25th birthday party. The cards had gone out for a shindig at my favorite highbrow restaurant. The roof was coming down as I was also marking my freedom, preparatory to moving from my auntie's place to my very own apartment. TGIF, baby. But no, things did not go as planned. Well, we did enjoy the banter, the dance, games, food, drinks, and more. The party was lit. Memories of enjoyment turned to nightmare. Later in the night and the early hours of the next day, from the island to the mainland, Aja, Lekki, Surulere, Ikeja, Ogba, you name it, 9 out of my 26 guests were taken in various stages of unwellness from their respective abodes to hospitals, clinics, and any medical facility that was open. The diagnosis? Food poisoning. How? Why? What did you eat? Parents, guardians, siblings questioned. It would appear that all who ate a certain delicacy were affected. We thank God everyone recovered.
That was one party, one restaurant. Imagine the multiplier effect, the impact should this occur at other restaurants or eateries that serve hundreds of thousands or even millions of people daily. Food poisoning. What is food poisoning?
Food poisoning. That one hard one. Food poisoning is when they poison your food. Food poisoning is not just you eating poison or a food that somebody poured a toxic substance into. I think it's all about a food that has been contaminated. So a contaminated food has been poisoned. For instance, flies and other insects in your food, exposed food that was not covered, food that was cooked without proper, I don't know how to put it, like care. Like for instance, as a chef, you have to cover your hair while cooking, your fingernails and all those things. So all those deaths can contaminate your food and it can cause poison.
Food poisoning is when you're eating what is against the frequency of your tummy. When your tummy cannot take it, it becomes a poison, and that is food poisoning on the natural ground. And a food can be poisoned by something. Somebody can drop something that is toxic into someone's food, which will become a poison to the person's system. Those things are part of it too.
Eating probably contaminated food or sour food that stayed for like a while, or that wasn't warmed for consumption, or stale foods that are like really bad.
Well. Generally, food poisoning is the illness resulting from eating food or drinking water containing poisonous substances, including bacteria, viruses, pesticides, or toxins. How is food contaminated? Food can become contaminated at any stage during production, processing, or cooking. For example, it can be contaminated by not cooking food thoroughly, particularly meat, not correctly storing food that needs to be chilled at below 5 degrees Celsius, leaving cooked food for too long at warm temperatures, not sufficiently reheating previously cooked food, someone who is ill or who has dirty hands touching the food, eating food that has passed its use-by date, the spread of bacteria between contaminated foods, cross-contamination. Foods particularly susceptible to contamination if not handled, stored, or cooked properly include raw meat and poultry, raw eggs, raw shellfish, unpasteurized milk, ready-to-eat foods such as cooked sliced meats, baked, soft cheeses, and pre-packed sandwiches. In Nigeria and across the world, many continue to react adversely to food. Adverse food reaction is defined as any abnormal clinical response that occurs following ingestion of a food or food component. Broadly, such reactions may be as a result of allergies or contamination, and fatalities are in the millions. Allergies occur when the immune system reacts to a foreign substance or a food that generally does not cause reaction in most people. Let's see a few statistics. An estimated 600 million, almost 1 in 10 people in the world, fall ill after eating contaminated food, and 420,000 die every year, as stated by the World Health Organization. As we say in this part of the world,